Truth is, when Sophie chose you, I couldn't remember you at all, said Ryan. Had to flip back through Sophie's fairy tale to see who you were. Easy to get you and thus confused, since you're both that weight. But you're the one who Sophie wanted free, so here you are, for now. The king turned to hearts, hardening to stone. One wrong move, and I'll carve out your heart. Hot didn't give him the satisfaction of a response. He could see Sophie pretending to work, but he knew she was listening. The color had returned to her cheeks, as if her spirit had revived, as if she was brewing a plan. Her eyes darted back to the tea on the king's throne. Surprised that she picked at you, Ryan baited Hot. From what I read, you're the boy she never wanted. Surprised that you're still alive, Your Highness, said Hot. Oh, is that why she picked at you? Because you're going to kill me? Ryan attacked, eyes flashing. Hot looked at him quizzically. No, Your Highness. I mean that William and Borden predicted you'll be dead by now. That you'd have an accident before the blessing. So it's in their turret cast down in the dungeons. And they're never wrong. Don't be ridiculous, Hot, Sophie said, turning. Those two couldn't predict a storm if they were in the middle of one. She peered at Hot intensely, as if reading his mind before looking at the king. Borden was my student and failed at all of his classes, and William is an altar boy who I once caught having a passionate conversation with a peony bush. If those two are serious, then I'm the bearded lady of Hajira. She turned back to her work. Oh yes, I see what's missing. She revised it with her pink glow. Celebrate. Wogru Agatha has been caught. Yet another enemy of Camelot brought down by the lion. Scoff at all other repasts. There is only one army, the lion's army, and it is made of you, the people of the woods. Live under the lion, and you will be safe forever. There, ready to post, Sophie said, inching as her starchy white dress. You know, the writing process is strangely fulfilling. Challenges everything about you. She picked Ryan's mug of tea off the throne, handed it to the guard on stage, and sank down onto the golden seat. Even if it's in the surface of pure fiction. Hot checked the mug in the guard's hands, waiting for Sophie to make her move, but instead she reclined against the throne, looking increasingly at ease as Ryan inspected her work. Lion's mane floated out of the king's pocket, the gold pen hovering next to him, waiting for him to approve Sophie's message. Ryan kept rereading it. If you think you can do better, you're welcome to try, Sophie mused it. Just seeing if you have hidden anything inside it, the king growled. You know, like a message to your friend and her rebel army. Yes, that's me, the Sultaness of Superfuge, Sophie whispered. slipping unbreakable codes into a king's propaganda. Ryan ignored her, still studying her words. To Hot's alarm, the king had forgotten about his tea entirely. With Ryan's back turned, Hot kept glaring at Sophie, who seemed to have forgotten about the tea too, as she sat there smelling like a Cheshire cat. What was she doing? Why did she look so smug? She needed to get him to drink the tea. Hot's heart hammered. Should we offer Ryan the tea himself? How suspicious would that look? Sweat trickled down his cheek. He needed to settle down, or his scream would sense something. That's when Sophie rose and calmly took the mug back from the guard. Your tea is getting cold, and I can't stand the smell, she said, walking it down the king. What did you make it with? Burnt liver and cow dung? Barely looking at her, Ryan swiped it and magically reheated the mug with his gold finger claw, his eyes still fetting Sophie's message. We're going to be late, Sophie said, firing a spell at the message, gliding it in gold, before she magically shot it through the window and into the sky, where it splendid against the brilliant blue. People will think I'm having cold feet. Ryan frowned, still focused on the message. Where's your path? Licking his scales, Sophie mused. Ryan turned to the guard. Thanks, my brother, so we can ride with him. He took a last big swing of his tea. Hot held his breath. He saw the clumped hazelnuts slide to the surface and streak into the king's throat. Ryan stroked it instantly. He dropped the teacup, which shattered and splattered as he grabbed at his throat with a whizzing splash. It had been the same choke that Hot had induced in Dabu with a three-sided people before the bully had managed to cough it out. But this time, Hot used the two nuts. Ryan doubled it over, hacking with all his might, but all that came out was a gasp. For a brief, shining moment, he thought Ryan was going to die, just like he had hoped it. Sophie backed up at Hot's side, eyes widening, as if her nightmare was over.